Good evening, everyone. It is February 28th, 2023. Final trading day of the month is done. This is just a monthly review and a little bit of an outlook for the next month. Obviously, this is outside of my uh, specialty, I suppose, or what I do day to day. But I do like to have a general idea of this higher time frame. And coming into this month, what I was looking for was some sort of distribution to the upside. I thought we would get an expansion of volatility. I thought we'd be able to beat that tight December 300-point range, but instead we end up finishing this month with only a 261-point range. Very, very, very tight. Um, Now, I was correct that if we got that move below 40.30, would be able to get towards 39.15, perhaps 38.30. We'll see what ends up happening. So uh, we're we we're at a bit of a, I hate to use the word pivot, but we are literally trading at the pivot. So this is what I have for this month. Not really a lot changing, pretty much the same levels. Just noting that February was able to push over the 2022 halfback and the December high of the month, yet we were unable to accept higher. I think that halfback was around 41.55-ish, and I think the high of the month in December was 41.41-ish. The January high, close, and value area high, the 2022 value area high, and February open were all support. So they were all coming in around 41.07 to 40.70-ish. So that was our support, which we were distributing the product off of. Ultimately, it was distribution. We flushed once below that January point of control at 40.30. So once we got below that prior position around 40.30, we were able to flush down like we've been having the past, whatever it's been, week or two. Uh, Now, we are in this waterfall stage. The question becomes, are we going to hold this pivot, which all it is, 3914.75 is the 2022 halfback, just the 50%. So the question is, are we going to fall below that halfback and get into this 3830? Or are we going to hold that original position, rotate back up to this distributive position at 4128-ish, and then start breaking these higher levels? I've got no idea. that that this 3915-ish area, whatever you can call it, 3900 to 3950, it's clearly been a primary pivot area for what's this been now, since June of last year. So we're only a few months shy of that now, of it being a full year of this 3900 area being important. So this remains my pivot. Anything above that, I'm looking at is distribution. Anything below that, and I'm looking for us to get to lower prices, especially if we break 38.30. So this isn't going to be a very long video, and again, it's just because it's not my specialty. But what I'm looking for is ultimately some sort of expansion of range. At 261 points, again, very small. Even if we were to come back to that 41.31 area, I'm looking for at least a 300, 400 point range. So 400-ish would put us somewhere around that 3,700 spot. Uh, I think it's reasonable. I I don't want to talk about fundamentals because I'm not a fundamentals trader, but I think you could make an argument that the market is likely not going to head higher. Maybe it does. I don't really care whether that call is correct or not. I'm not a fundamentals based trader, but I think our high has been set, and it's about time that we at least get back into that 38.30 and see what's there. If not, these lower prices. Um, Seems a bit odd to me in general that our low of the year for 2023 has been created on that first day of the year. If you remember, the high of the year in 2022 was created on the first day. The low of the year in 2021 was created on the first day. It's just getting a little bit too, a little bit too suspect. But anyway, that's how I'm looking at this in general. I'm just looking at this same thing. I'm still looking at this as distribution, and now my main question is: are we going to hold this pivot area and head back up towards the main position, the distributive position around 4130, 4128, or are we going to come down to 3830? So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a higher VIX, a higher volatility, a larger range, just more action, and likely to the downside, likely to 3830, if not lower. Hope that helps. There likely will not be any updates to this on Twitter, but if there are, they'll be posted there. Um, That's all I have for this for this March outlook and February review. See you guys later.